Another thing you can do to get yourself the odd bite or two, as well as lifting and dropping, is a method they call slapping. And basically what that is you're not feeding at this point, but if you whip your pole around and swing your rig in to make your bait and your float hit the water, it creates like a tapping effect, so they think bait's going in, but actually yours is the only bait in there. You quite often find that I normally give it 3 flicks, and you find that fish normally will hook themselves after it. It almost seems to be that it frustrates them hearing the noise, but there's no bait there, and they just attack your bait that little bit harder. And you fish this in conjunction with feeding. I mean, you wouldn't do this all day on its own, because eventually they would wise up to the fact that there's no bait going in. But if you can keep it going, keep that noise, it definitely will put an extra fish or two on your bank. And there you go, that one's come as they normally do. As soon as you've done that, I haven't fed for about probably a minute or so there while I was slapping, so quite important to get some bait back in there. You do normally find while you are slapping that most of the bites come in the first 10 seconds, so after you put it round 3 or 4 times, leave it in there 10 seconds, it doesn't go, just do it again. Maybe repeat that process 5 or 6 times. If that doesn't work, go back to feeding. It's another F1. Holding around. Nearly ready at the net. Good hard fighting fish, these. Oh, there he is. Another F1. This time caught using the slapping technique. We'll have a quick look at him. He's full of life. Pretty much hooked themselves as they normally do while you're doing it. Let's slick him back. Well, we're about an hour into the session. Fishing really well now. Competition's good out there. Fish swirling. I'm going to try and show you how quick you can catch if you get it right. I think at the moment I've got the feeding right, I've got the rig right, and at the correct depth. I've come up a bit, and we're in already. I've come up a bit shallow. I'm now at a foot. As I said, they do tend to come higher and higher as you get on. And that time we didn't even get a chance to slap, which we have had a few fish on earlier. It's all about just getting things right. Get yourself in a rhythm. See how easy it could be to put a big weight of these together. Have a look at him. Plenty of life in him. Another F1. Let's get back out there again. Just slip another pellet on. In that band. Hook's nice and free. Another good tip while fishing up in the water, you see us doing the slapping earlier, where we're spinning the rig in. Slight variation of that is tapping, where basically you lower your rig in nice and gently. Instead of spinning your rig, you just tap the top of the water with your pole tip. You create that noise again with actually no bait. Do that for 5 or 10 seconds. then leave it for the same amount of time, just still. You normally find if you're going to get a bite just like that, you do get it in that moment after you've stopped your tapping. We'll just guide the fish out of the swim, back onto feeding, because as I said before, when you are tapping or slapping, you're not feeding. One thing to remember when doing this and slapping is make sure your pole joints are pushed together. The movement you keep creating does loosen them, so check them regularly. You don't want to be losing half your pole in the lake. And finally, both methods as well. Just check with the fishery rules, because some places they are banned. You don't want to be doing stuff you're not allowed to. And there he is. Nice F1. Try and have a look at him. Caught while tapping. Beautiful little fish. Just slip him back and get back out there. One thing to try and achieve when you're fishing shallow is, first of all, get yourself comfortable, and the other thing is try and keep both hands free. You see, I've got both hands free if I want to sort something out in the tackle box, the feeding, just the poles are lost in the lake, rested on my arm, and then basically it gives you the freedom to do whatever you need to do. Try not to sit there and hold it with your hands stuck to your pole. Try and get used to keeping your hands free. Makes it so much easier. When you strike your knees, I don't need my hands on the pole to strike. Same when you're playing your fish, you can use your elbows and your knees a lot more than you think. You see there, I've just lifted into a fish and my hands haven't moved. They're still completely free. Carry on feeding. And then you can start shifting back. If you go, the fish is taking a little while to play in, again, just back on your knees. You've got two hands free. And then you're playing fish again. Just makes things a little bit easier. It's just getting used to it. Get out on the bank and practice it. Something the more you do, the more you'll get used to, and the more fish is going to put on your bank. Another nice F1. Hooked right on the top lip. Always a good sign if you're right depth. Start hooking fish in the middle of the top lip, and you know you're doing things quite well. There he is. Beautiful little fish. Let's get back out there again. There's a few fish there. Well, there's another fish shallow. A really good day's fishing. I probably will call this one the last fish. Throughout the morning, probably had 40 to 50 of these F1s. Really has been great fun. Shows what great stock levels these Barford lakes have to offer. Got another nice little fish. And there he is. Let's have a quick look at him. Great fish to end with. Let's slip him back. Well, thanks for watching the latest episode. Hope some of the tips you've seen today will help you in your own fishing. And and maybe you'll catch up with us again soon on one of the other Barford lakes to show you what they have to offer as well. We'll see you again soon.